Which religion gives the liberation of women? Find here the truth. Women in Western religion. Christianity, the major religion that shaped Western thought, presents women as subordinate to men. Men according to the Bible are the owners of women, just like an animal is owned. Exodus 20:17, which states the famous 10th commandment, lumps a wife together with his servants, animals and house. A man could sell his daughter as a slave, Exodus 21:7-11, or give her in marriage to whomsoever he chose. This subordination of women to men in the Bible, which shaped Western thought on the issue, is made clearer in Leviticus 12:1-8. After the birth of a male child, a woman is ritually impure for 7 days. However, after the birth of a female child, she is ritually impure for 14 days according to the law of the Bible. 1 Corinthians 14:34-35 of the New Testament of the Bible states, as in all churches of the saints, the woman should be subordinate, as even the law says ... For it is shameful for a woman to speak in church. 1 Timothy 2:11 states, let a woman learn in silence with all submissiveness. I permit no woman to teach or have authority over men. She is to keep silent, for Adam was formed first, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived and became a transgressor. 1 Corinthians 11:6 says, for if a woman will not veil herself, then she should cut off her hair, but if it is disgraceful for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her wear a veil. For man was not created from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. The above do not require interpretation, they are clear on how Christianity and Judaism view women. Let us now look at Eastern religion. Hinduism and women. In Hindu religious literature, by far the most effective weapon used by the gods to corrupt virtuous mortals is a woman. Usually a seductive celestial nymph, but sometimes just woman, the root of all evil in the ascetic-oriented view of the Orthodox Hindu. Baldock, Redis, Jones 36. The Mahabharata states, I will tell you, my son, how Brahma created wanton women and for what purpose, for there is nothing more evil than women. The Lord Grandfather, learning what was in the hearts of the gods, created wanton women by a magic ritual in order to delude mankind. 13.40.3-10. Chinese religious concepts and women. The yin and the yang is a concept quite familiar even in the West, especially in merchandise. In their mythical theory of how the universe operates, Chinese philosophers invented the concept of the yin and yang. The universe, they concluded, is understood to be a balance of the yin, evil or negative, and the yang, good or positive. When asked to further describe yin, evil, the explanation comes, the yin is the negative force in nature. It is seen in darkness, coolness, femaleness, dampness, the earth, moon and the shadows. The yang, good, is the positive force in nature. It is seen in lightness, warmness, maleness, dryness and the Sunday. Hopf 207. The Holy Qur'an and women. And among God's signs is this, He created for you mates from amongst yourselves, males, as mates for females and vice versa, that you might find tranquility and peace in them. And He has put love and kindness among you. Herein surely are signs for those who reflect. The Holy Qur'an 30:21. The Holy Qur'an is very responsive to the rights of women. And when you men have divorced women, then either retain them in kindness, if you reconcile, or part with them in kindness. Do not retain them to harm them, so that you transgress limits. He who does this has wronged himself. The Holy Qur'an 2231. O believers! It is not lawful for you to inherit women against their will, nor that you should put restrictions on them, that you might take what you had given them. Consort with them in kindness, for if you hate them, it might happen that you hate something in which God has put much good. The Holy Qur'an 4:19. Women impure for men impure, and women of purity for men of purity. These are not affected by what people say. For them is forgiveness and an honorable provision. The Holy Qur'an 24:26. Indeed the noblest of you in the sight of God, among men and women and races and nationalities is the one most responsive to the truth. Taqwa, the Holy Qur'an 49:13. And their Lord has heard them and says, I don't let the work of any worker be lost, be they male or female. You both proceed one from the other. The Holy Qur'an 3195. Indeed, men who submit and women who submit, believing men and believing women, and men who obey and women who obey, and truthful men and truthful women, and men who persevere and women who persevere, and men who are humble and women who are humble, and men who give alms and women who give alms, and men who fast and women who fast, and men who guard their chastity and women who guard their chastity, and men who remember God much and women who remember God much. God has prepared for them forgiveness and a great reward. The Holy Qur'an 33:35. And the believers men and women are friends one of the other, they enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong, and they establish worship and pay the poor due, and they obey God and His Messenger. As for these, God will have mercy on them. The Holy Qur'an 9:71. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity that is purer for them. And tell the believing women to lower their gaze and guard their chastity, and not to make a display of their beauty, except what is apparent, and let them cast a cover over their bosoms. And turn to Allah, God, altogether, O believers, in order that you might succeed. The Holy Qur'an 24:30-31. Conclusion. Most people may not have any idea on what Islam is or what it stands for, but they are all experts on the oppressed woman in Islam. After reading the contents of this chapter, it should be evident that 1. Islam is the only religion that gives equal rights to everyone regardless of race or sex. There is no religious book, not even the Constitution of the U.S., which states explicitly like the Holy Qur'an, and for women are rights equal to the rights against them in justice. 2. The Holy Qur'an does not ask women to veil themselves completely from head to toe. Such may be Muslim practice in many parts of the world, but it is not sanctioned by the Holy Qur'an. The Holy Qur'an merely asks both men and women to dress modestly and not to flout their nakedness. On the other hand, the Bible, which many claim Western civilization was based on, demands that women wear the veil, 1 Corinthians 11:6, or risk being shaven. 3. Men and women are of equal human status in the Holy Qur'an, the Holy Qur'an 3195. However, Christian doctrine on which the early American societies were based had biblical norms which hold that a woman is subordinate to a man, 1 Corinthians 14:34, and are created for man, 1 Timothy 2:11. 4. Islam based on the Holy Qur'an, which is very different to the Islam that Muslim masses believe in, gave women the right to property ownership and a voice in legal testimony centuries before such revolutionary ideas were even dreamed of by Europeans and their U.S. counterparts. 5. The Holy Qur'an prescribes polygamy only among the oppressed classes of women, if marriage can better their status in society and is just and equitable. 6. Within the text of the Holy Qur'an, the ignorant practice of female circumcision, which many people believe is the norm in Islam, is not even mentioned. It is an innovation in Islam, not something that the Holy Qur'an suggested or prescribed. It is not a part of Islam or the Holy Qur'an. 7. Islam has never had a problem with women in authority. Even in modern days, Muslim lands have female heads of states. We have yet to see a woman president in the U.S. 8. Take Qur'an and read it, you find the truth.
Confusion, conflict, lack of values, lack of genuine faith, living life unaware. Religions manipulated, misunderstood, religious scriptures altered and modified for petty gain. In all this belief, I will strive to expose the truth. Because it's your right to know and my duty to tell the truth.
Let falsehood perish. Watch